Ace Combat Infinity is not dead. Well, I mean, the game is because it has been shut down, but its legacy still is alive with the release of the XFA-27 SCARFACE model kit from Kotobukiya, a famous Japanese model kit maker. And in this video, we'll be doing the unboxing, also the assembly of this model kit, Ace Combat Infinity Edition. Now, this is not the only kit that was released for the XFA-27. There's also another one, not to be confused, which is this one. This is the 4 Modelers Edition, and basically it has a different paint scheme. You can see it's gray, it's not the Scarface edition, and it's a little bit harder to do because you need to paint the airframe and all, but I'll not be covering this one this time. Instead, let's worry about this edition right here. So before we start, one of the things I really like to do whenever I do an unboxing is to actually talk about the box, because I like the box. So let's take a look here. So this box was illustrated by Hidekata Tenjin, who is someone who has worked a lot on previous Macross series, like Macross Frontier, Macross Zero. So he made this beautiful illustration. You can see the clouds. There's 2 XFA-27s, and there are some planes in the background here. And the model kit was made by Shigeo Mori, who has made other model kits from other series, such as Ghost in the Shell, and also Frame Arms, and so many others. Like he definitely has some experience, and he probably works for Kotobukiya, right? So here underneath, you can see it talks about some of the features. It's in Japanese, but you can buy this model kit in the States, probably in Europe too. You can see it talks a little about the XFA-27. It has variable wings. You have the option of putting the landing gear and the canopy. This one, I believe the canopy is gray, and it talks about the other variant, which is the other model kit, the one I showed you guys before, which is the 4 Modelers Edition, the one that you have to do the paint. Here on the side, you can see it's Ace Combat Infinity. Just talks about the scales 144. Here on the back, it has all those warnings, and also you don't need to paint. It comes pre-painted, but you do have the stickers to put it on. You have the decals, and don't give to kids, plastic, whatever. And the other side's the same. And on the back, there's not much really. So let's get started with opening the box itself. Let's slide this here and see how many parts we get. There you go. Doesn't look like much. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The main fuselage. 7 and 8 little packages or bags. I'll be opening as we go here. But let's take a look also here. There's some paper, probably the instructions, kind of like a booklet. Oh, there's more, some more decals here. There you go. Same illustration as the cover of the box. I guess I can read the assembly manual. It's kind of nice. Sometimes you see the manual is just, like some sheets of paper, like, all black and white. But this has an illustration that's kind of nice. Let's open here. Oh, nice, in color. Very nice. We do have this. I think it's the parts. It has some prices. Maybe if you lose some parts, that's how you order. It has the prices. For use in Japan only, put this in the mail. I guess that's how it works. That's what my limited Japanese can understand. Let's see here. Can I open this more? Yeah, it folds. Okay. Folds. Okay. But there you go. Sorry, from the cover and the back, it has some of the decals and talks about, kind of the paint, the color that you use, I believe, and the different style. I'm not an expert, okay? I'm not an expert on the paints. I've only did one model kit before, which was the Yukikaze one, and I haven't even painted yet. So I'm kind of noob in this, okay? So I'm not very good in painting. So the color guide and decal guide here, the illustration that we've seen before, the assembled aircraft, and we have the parts here as well, and how you assemble. Basically on the other side, it's more detailed, so basically how all the parts fit in together. You just slide everything. This mod, there's no glue necessary, okay? This is the easy one. This is the one made for me. So no glue necessary. You just attach everything apparently, and including the landing gear. And that is it. This is the instruction manual, the assembly guide. Now, I know it kind of sucks to you to be trying to figure it out in a video like this. What I would do, I'll probably scan this assembly guide with my scanner and I'll upload the images. So you guys, if you're really into model kits, you guys should be able to see the full thing. So please check the description. I should have that ready. Now, let's get started with assembling, I guess. Alright everybody, so I did cut the first pieces. I'll be using the first type of our assembly. Let me just explain what we have here. First, of course, we have the fuselage. This is the bottom part. On the side, we have missiles. This is the hard point. And we also have some covers for the landing gear, which is this piece here for the rear landing gears, and this one for the front. You don't have to put these pieces if you want to have with the landing gear extended. You have the option to have either in the clean configuration or the landing configuration. So if you want to have the landing gear, don't put these pieces on this step. I also have some pieces here that we'll be using later on as we go. So basically slide the missile to the hard point piece. When you're done, it's going to be very sturdy, so it's not going to fall. And do and repeat the same procedure to the other two pieces that are for the missiles from the other side of the aircraft. After you're done that, you get the two hard points and their missiles, and you insert them to the bottom of the fuselage via the two pins where you can attach. Now this is a little bit hard if you had fat fingers, such as myself, but once you get it there, it's very sturdy, it's not going to fall. And done. You can see we have the missiles already assembled, and the next step is with the landing gear. Again, I'm going to put the clean configuration because I prefer, to have on my stand with, like, if the aircraft was actually flying. The first one here is from the front gear. Let me see which side it is. Is it this way? Should be easier to put on this time. Yeah, just pops right in. There you go. You have the front gear covered, so it's closed. And then with the rear, you just have to match the square and the circle, basically. So let's put that inside. There you go, fits pretty well. And just do the same thing with the other side. There you go, it's there. Just press a little bit, and there you go. There seems to be a little opening where you can pop out. So if you, say for example, grab your little device here, just get here and pop it out, and that's how you would do it, I think, to change from the landing gear, have it extended or not. Now the next thing is with the bottom side up, the regular side up. So we're gonna put the air intakes. So this, for example, is the left air intake. We're gonna insert in this hole right here. You can see the shape. Basically what we're gonna do is just slide from the top. There's this little opening here. I hope you guys can see. The air intake piece slides in very easily, and once it's very sturdy, so do that insert and do for the other side of the aircraft as well. And we do have the cockpit. As you can see, it's all in black already. It's pre-painted. There are some parts of this kit that are painted in black. The pilot seat is very easy to put in. Just look for the holes, match with the pins under the seat, and there you go, it's done. So there you go, the first part of our assembly is complete. I have the cockpit installed, at least the seat of the pilot, the missiles, air intakes on the bottom, and the covers for the landing gear. Now let's go for part 2. So this is step 2 on how we're gonna put the engine nozzle and also the tail of the aircraft. I'll be only showing one side because the other side is exactly the same thing. So we have the engine nozzle, we have the upper tail, and the tail that goes downwards. Basically what you're gonna do is you wanna get the engine nozzle, which is black, it's already pre-painted black. And you're gonna see the upper part, there's a little bit of an opening here. It might be a little bit hard for you guys to see, but there's an opening. And you want this side to face up, that's very important. With the tail, always make sure the tail is going outward. So you're looking from behind, like the engine here, so the tail is going outward. So you're gonna put that and attach it with the nozzle. And basically we're doing the left side, so you can imagine that this tail going up, but also going outwards. Then we're gonna have this piece come in first. This is the tail that goes to the bottom of the aircraft. So if you're looking from behind, so it's going kind of down like this. There you go. Or it fits in. It's very easy. Just there's a little opening. You put it there, so it fits in well. And now with the tail, the main tail, we just make sure that is all right, all sturdy. There's these two little pins here. We're gonna put in these two little holes here. So make sure that the other tail is in position as well, because that's gonna be important. And when you're finished, just do the other side. It's the same thing, just inverted. Now that we have the main fuselage ready with the engine nozzles, the tails all put together, I'm going to put this piece to the side. I'm going to bring in the other part of the fuselage, which is the top. You can see this one has the canopy and the canards. I mean the canopy, the space for it, right? And I'm going to turn it upside down so you guys can see. There you go, bottom up. And we're going to be attaching the wings. Basically, you have the wing, you have the leading edge painted on red. I'm going to turn it upside down. And you have to put it like inside like this, inside this little hole. And you see there's some grinds here, gears, grinds. Is that how you call it in English? I don't know the word. And I'm gonna match with the other one so you can actually move the wing around inside your model kit. You can see attached. You have to make sure they are pressed so one is touching the other. And if you put them accordingly, because they match, you should be able to just move one and the other one's gonna move accordingly. So you can have here with the full extension, right? So hope you guys can see. Let me do it again for this side. So there you go. That's kind of how it moves. So be sure to have that, very adjusted so the wings you're able to move on your model. And what we're gonna do is attach this part with this other part. When you are attaching the bottom and the upper parts of the fuselage, be very sure that your wings are put together and the little gears, they match up with each other, because after you attach the two parts, it's going to be very difficult to open it up and make adjustments or corrections if you cannot move your wings already. This is very important, so you're able to change the configuration of your wings after you're done attaching these two parts. And of course, make sure that the parts are clean from any of those connectors when you get from the model kit, because if they are not, you're gonna have to go open again, cut the parts away, and make sure that everything goes smoothly as you attach the fuselage. So very important. There should be a somewhat natural opening here at the back just so your wings can move, right? There you go. I think this is almost pretty much the finish. Let's just test the wings. There you go. I am able to move them on the model. So maximum extension, and you minimize them for high-speed flight. And for our finishing touches, we still have to put the pilot, of course. We have to put Scarface. As you can see, he is very, very small. If you do want to put the extra detail and paint him, please be my guest, but I'm not going to do that just because he's so small. I don't want to mess up. And we also have the canopy, which is, as you can see, the color is of a dark gray. Now, I did make a mistake when I was cutting, and I ended up damaging it. That's why you can see it's a little bit broken, but not too much. Yeah, it's hard to see. You guys have seen the pictures. But yeah, basically, you just put the pilot inside. There's no glue necessary. It's kind of hard for me with my fat fingers. And just insert the canopy. And make sure you press a little bit so it stays there. And that's it. So it doesn't fall. Or the pilot, he doesn't change his position if you do like this, just because there's not really where he can go. And for our finishing touch, there's also like the little stand. This one comes in a kit. I'm not going to show how to assemble it. It's very easy. And it's flexible. So you have this axis, you can move. There you go. And you have the other one as well. So you can change this. There you go. Just put in the stand. There's a black thing that you're gonna put into this space right here under the fuselage at the back. Just match it and you'll be pretty much good to go. I think I did it. I did it. There you go. So this is basically the finished model. Now there are some inconsistencies with the paint and how it is supposed to be. Let me just get the manual to show you guys. So as you guys can see here on the assembly kit, the wing roots and also the air intakes, at least on paper, they are painted black, but they are not pre-painted on the physical model kit. Now, if you do want to go the extra step to make it look more realistic, please go ahead. I'm not gonna do that. There are also some more details like painting the HUD, painting the pilot, and even painting the missiles, which are extremely small. If you look at the promotional pictures, people have painted the missiles, which are very small. If you do want to go for that extra step and make it look like the promotional shots that they have here, then yeah, it's gonna be awesome for you. I'm just not gonna do that. Instead, what I would do is just put the decals on the plane itself. The process of putting the decals was a little bit challenging for me just because they are very small. You have to put them on water, then transfer back to the model, and sometimes they do end up curling themselves or losing their stickiness, so it's very hard to put them in the plane. Some of the parts actually I thought they were better without the decals, such as the leading edges of the wings, but I did manage to put the decals of the Scarface squadron or his emblem on the tails of the aircraft. But after all of it, I was able to finish the model, which was actually relatively easy. Here you can see the result with an awesome presentation using my microwave glass. Very high-tech setup is what I have here. So overall, I thought this model was very easy to assemble it. If you don't have experience, such as myself, you're gonna do a fine job. The only problem being the decals, you might need some precision on doing those. And even if you don't speak Japanese, you should be able to do it just fine. If you want to take a sample of how the assembly guide looks like, look in the description. I'll have the pictures posted there on the assembly guide, all in high quality. So should you be interested in this model, I'll have a link in the description where you can buy. You can buy actually in the US, and that helps support the channel. So, hope you have enjoyed. It's one of the kind of videos that I don't do very often, but it's Ace Combat stuff and it needs to be covered, right? So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you guys have enjoyed, and see you guys next time.